A year after last face-to-face negotiations. Xi Jinping and Joe Biden at San Francisco on Wednesday. China and U.S. presidents try to balance relations as a match that will overcome events at APEC summit. The meeting, which can last for a few hours, climax of the lower-level dialogues that took place for months during summer, sends more delegates to Washington, China than Beijing. The fact that China's leader visits the U.S. for the first time in 6 years shows some goodwill by China. In addition to other engagements, the tickets of Xi's U.S.-China Relations National Committee and the U.S.-China Business Council's tickets are 2,000. He is expected to speak at a dinner that starts from a speech from 11 U.S.-China business world enthusiasm Chinese president to withdraw foreign enterprises China. Many of them are 3 years zero grip and foreign consulting firms frightened by latest raids, especially in high-tech sectors. USA.restriction. Xi's Biden's meeting with Biden on November 16. Comprehensive restrictions on the export of advanced technology to China will enter into force. New rules are China's tightening of controls introduced last year, aiming interrupt the access to the most sophisticated semiconductors necessary to develop advanced artificial intelligence. Sengay-based international relations scholar Shen Dingli said, on issue of supply chain, if the U.S. continues to suppress China's senior chips, China will definitely have a negative impact on development of its electronic industry. A special concern for the Chinese side expects to have an area. Analysts on both sides Pacific criticized that the tariffs of Chinese imports approximately $370 billion implemented by Trump administration were left in place by Biden White House. In addition, there is a geopolitical climate that worsened in opposite side of two major conflicts rather than Ukrainian War, which had overshadowed China and United States at G20 summit in Indonesia last year. Isaac Stonefish, founder of Strategy Risks, a Chinese-oriented data company, says, Beijing's political reality is much more important than the economic reality. And adds that wars in Ukraine and Israel-Palestinian are generally beneficial for Beijing. Beijing's refusal condemn Hamas for last violence in Israel and Palestine disappointed Western leaders. And according to Stonefish, China stressed why Communist Party poses greatest threat global interests of America. Nevertheless, in February, a Chinese spy balloon floating on South Carolina seems to be stabilized since the downward spiral that accelerated with U.S. forces. This month, U.S. and China, Obama administration for first time on arms control and not to be released on negotiations. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs described talks as sincere and constructive because the authorities, including a series of economic competitions, including Taiwan, andHe discussed how to ensure that dispute did not fall into conflict. According to the Ministry of Ecol,